when you go on the road, and this highly ranked squad has found itself coming into a snake pit in this one. Welcome to the home of the Baylor Bears, McLean Stadium on the banks of the Brazos in Waco, Texas. Texas A&M set to kick off to christen this game. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Bears offense will go on the attack first. These rivalry games can really get the blood pumping, and we'll see who can manage their emotions best early.
Everyone's been waiting for this game, right? You know, both of these teams have had this game circled all the way back to the beginning of the offseason, so you got to be able to play under control.
With passion, with energy, with hatred, because it's a rivalry game, we'll keep your emotions in check and making sure I'm controlling what I can control.
Let's talk for a second about Baylor. It has been a season to forget, and honesty compels us to say changes are probably coming.
I'm not sure, but I think Reese Davis just fired a coach. Is that what I heard? I'm pretty sure that's what just happened. Listen, hasn't gone well. You've heard the outside noise continuing to get louder and louder, haven't met expectations, and this is the business we live in college sports, when you get paid a lot of money to do a job and you don't perform.
Listen, at the end of the day in college football, it's results-oriented. They've lost football games this year, and so all signs right now pointing to them potentially making that change before next season. If they're going to stay competitive and they're going to field the best team and program possible heading into next year, then it looks as though a change is inevitable here.
Makes a move. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. The Aggies offense has its first opportunity of the day. We've had our eye on this guy for most of the season, and what a weapon he is. He is making a charge for the Heisman Trophy. And, David, I don't really think many would argue with it.
No, because it's been crazy. He's been the focal point of this offense, and he continues to deliver week after week. He's a superstar, putting up big numbers, carrying his team on his back. Jesse, that's a tough spot to do that for a whole year because of the physical pounding. It's been tremendous so far.
Yeah, can he keep it up is the question. And I think when I think back to the first half of this college football season, I think a lot...
Breaks into the open. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
Really good-looking run there. This guy reminds me a little bit of an old Texas A&M Aggie great, Leland McElroy. He was so dangerous in space. It was so difficult to bring down to the ground. All 11 guys on defense had to rally to the football. This guy has a little bit of that, too. If they can find more creative ways to get this guy out in the open field, watch out, because he's a home run waiting to happen.
Texas A&M back to work with another first down. The give from the gun. Not a lot there. Picks up one inside the 20 to the 19.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Second down, they'll go to the air. It's complete to the left. They'll finally put the brakes on him at the 3. A big throw, catch and run on that one. That's now 200 catches in his career.
It's so impressive because of his dependability. This guy has been consistent, David, week in, week out. He shows up, and he
takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Aggies.
The offense goes as he goes, so really no surprise in the opening drive. They keep feeding him the football. He showed you all of his ability on that TD.
And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Baylor has it back, and here comes the Bear offense. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. They'll leave it with him. Slithers into space. Oh, he got Roots. They finally get him stopped, but this veteran junior running back comes up with a nice play. The Bears want to crank the tempo.
Well, the defense just had to chase that guy down and make a tackle after a long run, and no chance to substitute. They got to get the play call in because the offense is trying to go fast.
Got it in the middle. It's Thorne. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the first down.
Offenses love the explosive plays through the air, pushing the ball down the field. And look at this. Sometimes it creates some momentum, and you want to capitalize. So you go get on the ball and get ready to run some no-huddle.
Here's the handoff. And how about the efficiency on that one? It'll bring up 2nd and 4. And the Bears with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Quick strike complete. And the runner is down, and so is a flag.
Pass interference.
They had the first down before that penalty backed them up, and now they'll snap it on 2nd down. Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. Wants to go up top. Gets it out fast. And the defense stops him just short of the first down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks. DB's locked up tight on the receivers. Leaves it with the back. Really nice job to convert that 3rd down, and they've got it at the 33. You guys have both played in rivalry games, so what did you do to keep yourself locked in during that week of preparation, David?
Well, you try to keep your emotions in check, but it's really, really hard to do because a lot of times the hatred is so strong. The emotions are so real. The coaches get super tight, and they start talking about things, Jesse, so you don't just treat it as another game.
No, it's hard to handle the anxiety leading up to those games, not just because of what it means to your season, but because of what the fans are saying, what your coaches are saying, what your family and friends are saying, understanding how important those rivalries are.
The Bears didn't start this drive with great field position, but they have moved methodically down the field. The give to the back. Runs through a tackle. Brought down after keeping those powerful legs moving, getting all he could. He'll be a few inches short.
You've got to be able to gang tackle this guy. We see it every week. He makes people miss, and you just saw it on that last play. He's unbelievable in the open field. He can cut on a dime, and with that run, he's got this offense now set up down close to the goal line.
He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line. And the Bears are threatening on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Touchdown, Baylor! How about this back staying on track and getting it in on the option? That touchdown was a clinic in keeping your offense on the field and wearing the other defense out.
Sometimes your best defense is your own offense, being able to stay on the field. You're absolutely right, Reese. That was a clinic. Running the ball, playing at great rhythm and pace, QB making good, smart decisions, and not shooting yourselves in the foot. No penalties, no turnovers. It doesn't get any better than that last drive.
Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. They'll snap this one to start the drive from their own 22. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Makes the grab on the left side. Hits the crease. Touchdown, Aggies. He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
And he's going to try to return this one. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Here comes the Baylor offense back onto the field. This feels like one of those games you might have to answer every score. Already down 14-7. First play of the drive, wants to throw. Hauls it in. There he goes. A little more space. Open up that playbook even more as they pick up the first down out to the 30.
All right, defense, you got to turn the page. You just gave up an explosive play through the air, but here comes the offense going quickly. You got to get lined up now and get ready for another one.
Looking to throw on first down. And they're not quite in rhythm there. It's incomplete.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not.
Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22.
A loss of 8 yards on the play.
We've reached the break, and Texas A&M leads it. One period in the books, and let's take a look at the stats. This offense had a little extra time to think about it. Let's see what they have on third down. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Not able to hook up there, incomplete.
Well, the defense is waking up now, right? The first drive, they allowed a touchdown. They were a bit scrambled. They kind of all got together, rallied on the sideline. They've been pretty lights out since. Forced a punt on the last possession. They've now got the offense set up in fourth down again. Great job there. Pass defense, third down. This defense now starting to put it together.
The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. Trying to get the corner. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
Well, they're trying to go toss to the field and get that running back out into space to use his speed, but the defense looked like they were already lined up expecting that play, and they force a negative.
Second down, he'll throw it. He's looking deep. Snags it inside the 20. And he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown, Texas A&M.
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays, just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. This guy makes you hold your breath when he gets the football in his hands, and that last line of the coverage team, the only thing that stopped him from housing it. They'll try the run. Didn't get much done on that run. He'll fight his way out and maybe pick up a yard.
This offense has really struggled, and I think you're just waiting for one play, one explosive play.
And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43.
And you're seeing the pass rush on the second play of the drive. They dial it up. Look at the speed and athleticism this defense has as they corral the quarterback for a loss.
On third and long, he'll need to push it downfield. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up. The Bears send out the punt unit. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. They'll get down and put a stop to the return at about the 28-yard line. So here comes the Texas A&M offense back onto the field. They've been nothing short of spectacular so far. 3 drives, 3 touchdowns, and they'll try to make it 4 for 4. Working that left side now. Works his way out to the 33-yard line before he's pushed out of bounds. And the Aggies with a second and short to keep this drive moving. Hand off from the shotgun. Crosses the 45. And he was loose and not stopped until he gets to the 47-yard line. Foundation of Aggie football built on toughness like that, running it like John David Crow back in the day.
And those Texas people are tough and rugged, and they wear their great outfits that you love to watch. But these
turning it on. They are on the move down to the 32, and they pick up another first down.
We know this guy is in contention right now for the Heisman Trophy, and this late in the year, if you're going to bring that home, you got to put up big stat games, right? Had over 100 rushing yards his last time out. He's doing it again today. He is turning it on late this season.
Looking downfield on first down. Blasted as he lets it go. Complete to the right. They get him down, but this offense is set up first and goal from the 9.
Well, this offense told us coming in they were going to challenge this secondary early and often. They were going to use their speed to their advantage and take advantage of this quarterback's touch and arm talent. And they'll
looking for the end zone. Touchdown, Aggies! And they take it in for 6 more points.
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Baylor has it back, and here comes the Bear offense. They're looking at a 21-point hole. There's still time to do some work, but there's also no time to waste. He found a hole, got about 5. He's down at the 21.
The offense has a little bit of success on the ground, and they're up. Look at them. They're ready to go again. Back on the line of scrimmage, ready to run another play.
Power football with the run. Maybe picked up a couple. He's down at the 24. And the Bears will hustle to the line. Corners showing press. They want to be physical here. They'll pick up the first down as he gets it out to the 27-yard line.
Man, this offense continues to do such a great job on third down. One of the best in the country at it, and the reason why, they keep it manageable most of the time. Third and short, they can run the football, be physical, convert first downs. This offense has been so good on third downs.
And as soon as the receiver caught the ball, you saw the quarterback start communicating to his teammates what the next play was going to be, because they're now changing the tempo and going fast.
Coming out on first down with the play fake. Snagged in the middle. It's Thorne. Really good concept there to get things going and use the tight end early.
Yeah, I mean, just such a great job on first down, setting up an easier second down. Understanding I don't always have to push the ball down the field, but see the tight end, make the throw. No, it's not a big gain, but makes life really easy on me on second down.
And they'll stop him just short of the first down, just inches away from moving the sticks. They'll send the back in motion. Looking to throw again. Always a welcome play for the defense as they get a sack at the 47.
And they've been waiting for something good to happen with respect to getting after the quarterback, right? They're outside of the top 100 in the country in sacks per game, but finally now you see they're generating this pass rush. 3 sacks on the game so far.
The Bears line up to punt it away. Great contact on that ball as it just hangs up in the sky. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. Using his legs, it's short. Now after that run, they're in pretty good shape at the 30-yard line. The Aggies can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Looking to fire. Got his man on the right. They get him on the ground at the 36 after a pickup of 5. They'll snap it from the 36. They've got a first down. Wide receiver comes in motion. Looking to throw on first down. Quick completion on the out route. He works his way across the 40-yard line. They'll mark him out of bounds at the 41. Picked up some yardage with that completion. Now second down. Back to pass. He's got him. And he's brought down after a nice game.
All right, second quarter, getting closer to the half. Offense is still having a lot of success stringing some first downs together. Defense is going to need to figure something out before they get to halftime.
Wants to throw on first down. Got the quick pass. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there. And the Aggies in a good spot here with second and short. Running back searching for a hole. Brought down at the 25 after a 5-yard gain. It'll be a first down. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. Wants to go up top on first down. They're working that left side. He is pushed out of bounds at the 19-yard line.
And a really nice job by the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You could tell they were, and that's why they got the first down.
This senior showed some serious arm strength firing that one in for the first down. This offense has been a juggernaut, and they have a chance to pad their total just before halftime. Caught behind the line. It's short. Touchdown, Aggies! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
And we are officially in blowout mode. This offense has been up and down the field. We've seen so many explosive plays, and they score again before going in at halftime, guys. I'm hoping we can have a running clock here in the second half.
35, Baylor, 7.
From inside the 10, here he comes. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. Here comes the Baylor offense back onto the field. Their drive chart is starting to look a little monotonous. Punt, 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 David.
And their defense is starting to get a little frustrated, too. They just keep putting me back on the field, possession after possession. Jesse, this offense needs to get their heads out of their you-know-whats.
The punter's on the sideline with the oxygen mask right now. He's been playing so much. He's not used to this. This offense, they just got to stay on the field. They got to put a drive together and get some balance going, running and throwing the ball.
From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Going to the run to start this second half. They knock him down after a gain of 3 to the 23. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. The give to the back. Got enough for the first. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
A confident, tough, efficient run gets it up to the 44. The Aggies can really attack on this 2nd and short. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. Now they're starting to feel it. They've got a first down at the 44. He's got 98 yards on the ground, and he has his eyes fixed on leading the nation in rushing. This Texas A&M offense is wasting no time. Here we go. Leaves it with the back. Picks up the first down. He's all the way down to the 27-yard line, and they are threatening. A&M comes back out with another first down. To the air on first down. Going for it all. Touchdown, Aggies. Snagged in the end zone to give them 6. They've extended this lead, guys, but sometimes in a rivalry game, you get down and you fight back that much harder.
Man, you've seen crazy comebacks and crazy swings of momentum in rivalry games. You just need that first thing to break your way, Palmer.
And I think it really comes down to their key playmakers, David. They can come back, but these guys need to take ownership. Now's the time. In this type of game, they have got to step up and start making plays.
Baylor has it back, and here comes the Bear offense. They'll start this drive with a pass. Caught over the middle. It's Ford. And he surges up to the 36-yard line, and they'll move the chain. That's a way to give yourself some breathing room. Now the second play of the drive from the 36. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Looking to throw on first down. Makes the catch. They'll get it to the 48. No need to measure it to first down. Fast completion, move the sticks, and let's see if they try it again. Wide receiver going in motion. From the gun, he leads it with the back.
And that run really didn't go anywhere, and a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Throws to the wideout. Just a little bit too much juice on that one as the freshman was taking a shot.
This is a situation here in the third quarter this offense did not want to be in, facing a top 10 defense, one of the best units in the entire country. They didn't want to get down on the scoreboard like this and all of a sudden have to throw the football when the defense knew that was going to happen. The incompletion there is not a big surprise. This defense knows what's coming, and it's all because of the points right now on the scoreboard.
And the Bears will call on their punt team. They've been busy out there to punt for the 5th time today. Yet another punt on the way. Got to make sure that hamstring stays loose. He's been busy. And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. Texas A&M has it back in the offense, ready to go to work. They've been dominant, and now they'll try to execute to their own standard. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line.
Well, the defense is on their heels right now. They're going to have to find a way to stop this guy. When he's got a head of steam, boy, he is hard to bring down.
Grabbed in the backfield. It's short. He stopped at the 49 after gaining 10.
Well, this defense is going to have to find a way to start mixing up their coverages. They're in a tough spot. They're down right now, so most people would think the opponent would be running the ball, but...
Oh, he's got some space. He's at the 10. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Texas A&M.
Man, I am a great play caller when I can hand it to guys like that, and he can go that far to the house, create big plays, showed you a little bit of vision, showed you a little bit of burners when he kicked it in gear and got the long touchdown.
He'll return it. He's chased out of bounds inside the 15. They'll mark him out at his own 14-yard line. Not much on that kick return. Here comes the Baylor offense back onto the field. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And, David, they're just going to have to do a better job this time around erasing the mental mistakes.
And just trying to solve the defensive riddle, understanding what they're trying to do to you and attack them.
Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he's stopped, and it'll be first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking downfield on first down. Looking to scramble. A really nice run and gain, and he gets down to avoid taking punishment.
And you can tell that young man is comfortable in the pocket, feeling good. You know, last play, nice job setting his feet, making a good throw, getting a completion. Now, didn't like what he sees. What does he have? He has the ability to take off and scramble and make some yards. So this QB is really feeling comfortable.
Hold offense.
They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. After getting moved back, it's 1st and 20. Motion from the wideout. Here's the snap, ready to cut one loose. Makes a stop in the backfield. He'll lose 4. The Bears now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Got it set up on the outside. And they get him on the ground, and that'll probably do it for the third quarter. And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. With the break, they had a little extra time to dial something up for this third down play. Back to pass, it's Otis. Zings it complete to the right. He stopped short, and it's fourth down. And the Bears will try to pin them back with the punt. They're up to a half dozen kicks today. Kicks it high, and it's just hanging there as if it has helium in it and floating down toward the earth. And the coverage team gets the returner on the ground. So here comes the Texas A&M offense back onto the field. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute it.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
Wants to fire on second down. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
QB, excellent location on that throw. Out route against man coverage, you cannot miss. If you throw that behind, that might be a pick six. So nice job by the quarterback with his accuracy.
On third and long, he has to throw for it. Makes the grab. And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short. I'm not sure this was ever a real decision. They'll go for it on 4th and inches. Creates a little room. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45. Texas A&M back to work with another first down. Right back to the well. At the 45, on his way. And he was on his way, and they get him down at the 30. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Texas A&M ready to go with another first down. And the defense finally makes the stop after the sweet run and good gain.
And running really has been the key on this drive, guys. Lots of success right there. They generate another explosive play. Their success running the ball, big reason why they've been able to put up a lot of points and have a really nice lead in this one. And now back in the red zone again, they're looking to add to that lead.
Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. The RPO, it's complete. That throw and catch gets them down to the 6, and the defense is running out of answers. It's first and goal as Texas A&M comes to the line. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line. Now it's second and goal. He might want another play. He'll run it to the right, looking for the goal line. Beck's going for the goal line. Touchdown, Aggies. And they take it in for 6 more points. That's what finishing the deal looks like. Build the lead in the 4th quarter and close in on 11 straight victories.
And it hasn't mattered what they've called, guys, offensively all game long, or who's been on the field, what personnel groupings there have been. They're simply executing at a higher level than this defense, and they're keeping their foot on the pedal here in the 4th quarter.
Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Baylor has it back, and here comes the Bear offense. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. Don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
Looking for a crease to the left. Breaks the tackle. And And he picks up a first down. That is not a flag on the play. It's just lingerie on the deck after that move.
Well, it's a good time to mix in the run play. You're down, it's late in the fourth quarter right now, and everyone's expecting you to throw, so not a lot of defenders in the box. That's a great situation to try to run the ball.
Good job running tough and behind his pads as he gets up to the 38-yard line. Guys, when you think about the big picture for Baylor, he's been under pressure all season, and they really haven't done much to turn down that heat. And it's just hard to imagine that this guy will be back leading this program next year.
Yeah, and you want to see him finish strong, and I think Coach needs to finish strong. All the negativity swirling around the program, obviously, you hear it. It's a part of it. The kids hear it, but finishing strong would kind of ease some of that. But Palmer, it's the body of work. Everything he did this season is going to be taken into account, and it's going to be tough, I think, for him to keep his job.
It's a combination of wins and losses this year, but it's also about who's out there. There's some good big-time candidates, some good coaches that could come in. We know they've got the money to spend. It just seems like they're going to make a change.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. To throw, it's Otis. Quick completion on the out. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play. The Bears are at the line looking to convert on third and short. Shotgun snap, wants to throw it on third. And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44. And here comes the punt team. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. So here comes the Texas A&M offense back onto the field. Firmly in control of this game. We'll see if they just try to run out the clock and get out with a victory.
Everybody on offense here should feel really good about their performance today too, David. They had a really good game plan coming into this one, and they went out and they executed at a very high level.
Yeah, lights out, and this game's over. I'm interested to see the philosophy now. Do we keep chucking the pill and keep trying to score points? Because it's the defense's responsibility to stop them. Or do they just run this clock and say, all right, we did enough today. We kicked them in the face.
It's really easy to get caught up in the emotion.